What's up, everybody? Good morning. Oh, hold on a second. Good morning, good morning. It is Tuesday, November the 28th, 7 a.m. New York time. And we are live with Venator Trading. Welcome in. Glad you guys are back. Finishing out the month of November here this week. Working on a 10K account with Bespoke Funding. But we also are now live and hooked up and active with an Apex Futures Challenge, a $100,000 Apex Futures Challenge as well. So I'll show you that here in just a little bit. I did get that all hooked up yesterday, and we'll be trading off of that as well. Never done a futures challenge before. This is my first foray into the futures world. Apex was running an incredible sale. It's actually still going on today. 90% off, which I was like, sure, why not? Let's take a stab at this. Let's see how it goes. I just want to try it out, see what's up with it, and then we'll go from there. So we'll be showcasing some of that on the stream as well as we head on through the next few streams. So today, not a lot of news. There's some news coming out, some consumer confidence reports coming out around 10 o'clock. Nothing to really get too excited about. But we'll just be looking at the charts here. We'll be walking through euro dollar, pound dollar, looking at some gold, some Bitcoin, maybe dollar CAD, some other things. But right now we're just looking here at the euro dollar chart. This is the previous day high. This first red line, this is the previous week high. We have not taken out the previous week high, but DXY has taken out the previous week low. So a little bit of SMT there right now, but I'm still expecting some more dollar weakness. It's just kind of what excuse me. Any pullbacks we get here on the dollar, I'll be looking to sell off here on the daily time frame. If we pull back up above the current day high, or even just any more strength, I'm still thinking we're going to probably come down and take out this swing low here on the daily time frame is probably our draw on liquidity for this week. And with that in mind, pound dollar could be looking to go up, and euro dollar also still looking to go up. So I'm just looking for some lower time frame entries here to buy euro, buy pound, and see if we can take advantage of that. Overnight, we did have a drop down overnight in the London session. I don't know if anybody caught that move. There wasn't a really good clean breaker entry necessarily anywhere, but we did. I don't even know why you would want to be short euro dollar right now anyway. It's been bullish for several weeks now, a few weeks. Excuse me. But that did give on a higher time frame, just rebalance some of that inefficiency there, reach down into that fair value gap right off that order block, and has bounced back up. Obviously clear draws on liquidity above us, so I'm just looking for some lower time frame entries to see if we can take advantage of that drawn liquidity that's just resting above us here. With that in mind, what might I be looking for? Well, a run of sell side liquidity and then a displacement higher is kind of what I'm looking for. Looking for a raid. I think I would like to see a raid lower from where we're at right now, but if we don't get it, we'll just have to wait and see if we get some displacement above these highs before we run this. With a fair value gap, we could target as an entry there. Pound dollar, something similar. Pound dollar still has some nice little buy side liquidity up here to target. It does have some clean lows below us as well. So if we can get a raid of some lower time frame lows, which you've seen we've kind of done here on the 5-minute time frame, if we get some displacement higher here, we might be able to jump in. I think For me on pound dollar, as I was looking at this a little bit earlier, I think this, wait, where are we? There is, I don't know if we can see this or not. Maybe this chart does not show the what I was looking for here. I think we're going to get up and make a dig into this bullish order block and get back up inside this monthly fair value gap. I think that's still our draw on liquidity again, is this overall, this monthly fair value gap right here. This is where we rocketed down after we filled it all the way in. I think we're going to come back up and refill and rebalance this whole thing and get a nice clean closure above that. This is a monthly. Okay, so we may get up there this week, touch it, come back down a little bit as we start December, and then December could push us back up into the 50% area of this monthly fair value gap. So it's kind of my anticipation here for GU. A good, strong, clean close above this monthly fair value gap here. December opens, comes back down, retests this monthly inversion fair value gap, and then sends us higher. So for today, I'm looking for a rate of liquidity lower, which we've already taken out some swing lows here now. So if we can get some displacement here, if we could violate maybe some of these fair value gaps, you get an inversion that you could run higher and take out some buy side liquidity. So we'll just keep our eye on euro dollar and pound dollar and see what kind of price action we can play with here. But I'll be looking for opportunities to buy. So any raids that we get below this will be good buying opportunities. Again, my draw on liquidity here is this daily swing level right there. So any push up here for the dollar, any dollar strength we get today into these highs or maybe these highs, be looking to sell those off. I don't think this is the low of the week. I don't think the low of the week is in on DXY at all. So Bitcoin, still waiting on Bitcoin. I did have a sell limit order here. I took it off as we moved into the overnight session. Trying to keep the coughing down to a minimum. I know it's annoying. Right back up into this fair value gap. We have yet to take out and make a new low. Haven't taken out and made a new high. So we're still kind of stuck inside the stealing range. Any pop up on Bitcoin, I'll be looking to sell that. I think I'm still bearish on Bitcoin, at least down into some sell side liquidity targets. Maybe not to 25K or whatever, but definitely I think there's room to sell this here. So that's what I'm looking for on Bitcoin. And then GJ, potential low of the week play in for GJ today at some point. Yesterday, inside bar. Today, we just took out Friday's low here and into that little small fair value gap. So anticipating a low of the week play. So Monday opens, Tuesday pushes down, puts in a low of the week, and then we expand higher on weekly time frame. Let's zoom out here and get some levels. This swing level there we've left in place just above us. So that would be my first draw on liquidity. So any moves down here on GJ, if we get runs of liquidity, which we've currently got a run of liquidity there. So if we start seeing displacement and change of structures, change of delivery, market structure shifts, all of the cool buzz trading words that people use to describe what's going on. If we see any of those cool things happening, then I would be looking for buys here. Nice, clean, relative equal highs just above us all the way across. So we'll be looking to see if we can get in on some buys on GJ. All right. And then finally, our last little treat here is the Apex 100K funded account. So I got in on it yesterday, got everything hooked up and working on it, and actually took some small trades I wanted to see how the trading platform worked, actually having it connected to TradingView. Everything seems to be working fine. The executions are quick and pretty instantaneous. Um, and we're up just a little bit on the account, just with some orders on different. I was just messing around, really just trying to figure out how the whole thing worked, how to set up, how to put in orders, how to set your stops and take profits, and then move those around, and et cetera, et cetera. So what we're looking at on this specific chart, this is the oil's future chart. This is crude oil. This is the futures chart for crude oil. I am anticipating it's just in a range right now. It could come back down and retest this 74 level, maybe this daily low yesterday. It's trying to reach for yesterday's high. And with that in mind, I can just pop this down right there. It's trying to get up into yesterday's high. And you could, right now it's just ranging around. I would look for, again, what I might be looking for here is a run under these lows into this hourly fair value gap, and potentially buying somewhere in here to run yesterday's high as the initial draw on liquidity for oil. I'll look at ES and NAS as well. But yeah, the account's active. It's live. We're up just slightly into profit. So the rules for the Apex 100K challenge are I have to make 6% profit, 6% profit target. So that's $6,000 on this account balance. And then I have a $3,000 trailing stop or drawdown rule. I guess, I don't know, whatever you call it. So $3,000 trailing drawdown. Not a huge fan of trailing drawdown, but this account cost me $24.97. So I mean, it's not a lot of skin in the game. I am going to try to treat it as seriously as I can, of course. But I'm just really trying to check it out and see how futures feels and what's going on in the futures world. So I have not watched Cami Capital's video that we talked about yesterday. I haven't watched it yet. I got super busy yesterday at the real life job, and ended up not even getting home last night until like 10 o'clock. Had enough time to sit down and get all the Apex stuff hooked up here. And that's it. That's all I've done. That's it. That's all I've done. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this up. I'll keep this account going here, and you'll see. I've got the trade panel I can pop open here quickly if we get a good little move here. I'll be watching oil until probably the 8:30 hour, the first little open for the New York. I don't know that we'll be able to stay on. The thing with the futures market is that it runs into my day, really. Like, I don't know that I'm going to be staying on for 2.5 hours and waiting for the open of the futures market for ES, NAS, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I have been watching oil and have had some good calls on oil. So oil is open all the time. So I might be looking at trading oil here. There's a lot of I can trade. I don't know the symbols of all this stuff yet because I'm still learning it, but I can look at Euro futures, pound futures, Aussie futures. You know, I can trade technically. It's not the true Forex pair. It's the futures version of that. I don't know what those are, and I haven't looked at them yet. So maybe we'll get into that a little bit too. I don't know. It's all a big experiment for me. All a big experiment for me. So don't even really know. All right. So euro dollar pumping up and getting some displacement higher here a little bit. Pound not following suit. Looks like euro may be the stronger pair, but we are getting a nice little push up here. With that in mind, any opportunity. Let's see. I'm going to jump over the chat too while I'm watching all this. What's up, Corey? First one in. Good to have you in, buddy. Beeswax, what's going on? Mr. Alfie, good morning. Gareth Pollock, haven't seen you in a while, bud. Welcome back. George Tucker. John, why did you pick Apex over Top Step? 90% off. That's the only reason. I didn't even look at Top Step. Honestly. Euro looks like it's just going to run for next week's high and give us no opportunity to be a part of that move. Pound, though, could still give us a little bit of something. We'll see. That's the only reason, John. It was cheaper. There also are no consistency rules with Apex. I think with Top Step, it's like you can't make a certain amount of profit. If you make over a certain amount of profit, then they extend your challenge that you have to make more profit than you were. That was one thing. That's the little bit that I know about Top Step. Apex does not have the consistency rule there that Top Step has. At least I haven't seen it if it does. I read through everything and I don't think I saw it anywhere. But that's the only reason I went with Apex. I may do Top Step next. If this goes well and I like it, maybe we'll try Top Step. Who knows? What's up, Raffin? Welcome in, man. Cisco, what's going on? It's in a channel that's counter trend. Yeah, trailing drawdown sucks. I know. I don't know a futures firm that doesn't have trailing drawdown. I don't think I think Top Steps is trailing. It's even part of your withdrawal. Like if you withdraw money, it goes against your trailing drawdown on your live account. So even if you make 3K, you can't. If you withdraw 3K, you've blown the account. So you don't really have. I guess technically you do if you're willing to start over and go through the whole evaluation process again. But kind of sucks. What's up, Dunamis? Good morning. 6E, and he says never. John says never heard of that. Never heard of what? Not sure what you're referring to there. Really withdrawing counts toward drawdown. That feels evil. At least on Top Step it does. I'm not sure if it. I would assume it probably does on Apex as well. All withdrawals count against your account drawdown limit. So it's just something you have to be aware of, so that if you always want to have a $3,000 buffer, you have to make more than that. And then really your goal is to make 3% of the account, and then that's your starting line. I think. I don't know. I need to get some clarity on that, on how to do the withdrawal request. I do know that the first $25,000 on your withdrawals, you get 100% of the first $25,000 in profit you make on any of your accounts. So that's pretty cool. Consistency rule. Yeah, I believe, John, look into it, but I'm pretty sure they penalize you if you have what they call windfall days, meaning you can't make more than a certain percentage in any one day. And if you do, they now make your profit target, they extend your profit target to a higher amount because you had a good day. They want to, basically, they're basically saying is, we only want to see people make X percentage max per day. And if you go above that, then now you have to make more before you can pass your challenge. It's something like there's a windfall consistency rule in there somewhere. I don't know exactly the language behind it, but I know it does exist. All right. I think what I would like to do is minus 6, 4, 7. Whoa. I'm going to take a stab on a euro dollar long off of this position here. There we go. Back into this fair value gap. And look for a run of the previous week's high here is what we're looking for there. We left the current daily high in place, or previous day's high in place. I think we're going to attack that, and then we're going to go attack the previous week high here. And we're anticipating this. It's a breaker, and it's a fair value gap entry here. Would like to see that hold up. Has anyone else had a problem with TradingView putting in multiple drawings on a click when charting? I have not had that problem. It depends on if you have, sometimes if you have the, so if I click the short tool or the long tool or whatever, so every time, while that tool is selected, every time I click, it's going to put in, it never puts in multiple on one click, but after you click it, because I think I have some selection stay in drawing mode selected over here, so that when you select a tool, if you don't stay in drawing mode, it only puts up whatever, one click and then you're done. But a lot of time guys, when they're using like multiple lines, they want to put a line here and the line stays, and so you don't have to keep selecting it every time you want to put a new line in. So I leave drawing mode, stay in drawing mode selected there when I have that on. And sometimes I forget, and then I'll click and then click and click, and it'll put in multiple of whatever I'm doing. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about, or if you're just talking about one click and you get multiple things. I have not had that experience, no. What was my entry? 09559. Corey says you might have had this. Oh, there you go. That's it. There you go. That's probably what was happening. So I still think if we're going to run the previous day high, I think I want to see it pop down into this fair value gap here on oil. Pound, what's the dollar doing? I'm going to short oil at the top of the channel. Where's what channel? I'm not sure what channel you're looking at there. What time frame are you on when you're talking about channel? 15-minute? What are you talking about? Or are you talking about the range that we're in? The consolidation range? You talking about this trend? That what you're talking about? On the daily time frame? Yeah, I mean, not a bad play. I'm just trying to get a play up to the top of that channel, I guess. I'm thinking we're going to run the current drawn liquidity is the previous day high. That's what I'm anticipating. That's all I'm anticipating at this point is the previous day high. And there's still a good amount of room there to catch a nice little move. I would just like to see one more dip under these lows, take out some sell side, and then look for a lower time frame reversal on that. So I'm not saying that probably would be a good place to short just above the old daily high and at the top of that channel. Sure. Perfect looking channel. It won't work. Yeah, the best looking ones never do. Hold on a second. My dog can't make up her mind. In and out, in and out. Just kind of in on the lower time frames, just kind of chopping. So I'd really like to see a run of some liquidity here, a raid lower, and then some displacement higher. It wouldn't surprise me if oil wants to come back down and retest that 74 level, or this at least this 75 level. If it does want to go lower, putting in a high of the week here, taking out on Tuesday, taking out Monday's high, putting in a high of the week, and then maybe expanding lower. Potentially. Jonah FX, which pair are you talking about? We're looking at oil futures here right now, crude oil. But on euro dollar and pound dollar, we're just watching to try to get some runs on some higher time frame draws and liquidity to the buy side. John says, overnight inventory is long. Will buyers continue or liquidate their longs? Wished I knew, but oil is not in balance. Yeah, I mean, this is why when I'm talking about balance, I'm looking, again, I think I would like to see oil come down into this hourly fair value gap there. It is in a higher time frame on the daily. You can see we're definitely in in a downtrend for sure. We did aggressively take out some sell side liquidity, pop back up in, and we failed to make new lows off of that aggressive run. We had an aggressive run and then right back up, but we've also failed to make a new high, and so we're just in this consolidation channel at the moment, which you can see where we're sitting at right now. You look back from where we've come from, it chops around right here, and then you can see all of the chop we're in right here. So even though we've been in this aggressive downtrend, this has proven to be an area wherein price often bounces around from top of the range to the bottom of the range. And this is why I'm looking at the most recent current day highs and lows, previous day highs and lows. And I would like to see oil take out the previous day high, which would put it right back up at the top of that channel and give you a potential opportunity to short lower. First thing I want to see is some displacement. I want to see some raid of liquidity here. How many tick stop loss do you use on oil? I don't know. It's $10 a tick, and I'm risking 1/3%. So what is that? 30 ticks? That's what I had been putting in, but I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it all out. One contract gives you $10 a tick, and then you get, so you have, I would have 30 ticks if I'm risking 1/3%. John's going ham on the chat now that we're talking futures. No more jokey John, only serious futures John. What's up, Maverick? Hello, man. Gold's got some very clean highs right above us here on the 1 hour time frame. Very clean buy side liquidity targets there. Matt says, I've stopped trading gold now. Seems to be too unpredictable and focusing on GU and EU during London session. London session gives some great setups for those Forex pairs for sure. And I only have gold up here because people are always fascinated with it. I'm kind of fascinated with it too. I don't trade it though. I'm more fascinated with trying to find a good opportunity to short Bitcoin right now. Oil finally coming back down. I'd like to see it maybe at least reach below these lows, maybe into this hourly fair value gap here. And then wait for a lower time frame displacement higher, give us a fair value gap entry, and then target previous day high. That would be my play. I'll see if it plays out. We will be patient and wait. Eurodollar coming back down into this order block and finding a little bit of resistance there, pushing back up to its entry. See if we can get some momentum now here and take out previous day high. We can take out previous day high. I'd probably move to break even at that point. I read somewhere that gold, statistically speaking, follows its bias more than any other commodity. I think that's probably true, John. I just think that's a long-term perspective. It's trying to find entries and timing those entries of when it wants to continue the bias. Because I feel like it's super manipulated, I feel like, just in general. It's not a very gentleman. It's not, excuse the our pun, the Gilded Gals. It's not a very gentlemanly traded pair. So while it might ultimately follow its bias, while it's following its bias, you get these, like it's doing its bias, and then you get these wham, 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 and then it goes back to its bias. And so, and those wham, wham, thank you, ma'ams, are where we get stilettos to the tempo. It's an auction wherein the whales can take price where they want to get in and out and pick up contracts. They're not just going to get in with massive size contracts. They're going to have to tiptoe into the market and split up their orders, which means if they want to go long, they need to pick up all of the orders that are underneath here, which means to do that, they've got to push price down so that they can buy at a lower price so that they can rocket it higher. We're just trying to ride the waves as they go. I like keeping my money. 100% the same. 100% the same. Well, I probably do sound a little bit like ICT. I do use some of his basic foundational understandings of liquidity moving the markets, that the market moves from liquidity to liquidity. That is one concept that really made things click in my mind about why price moves, where and when and how it moves. So I definitely am not an ICT cultist disciple, but there are some things that he teaches, and it may not even be his teachings. He may have gotten that from somewhere else. He's just the guy that I heard that from, and it became the most logical understanding of why price moves to where it moves and when it does it, time and price. And so that's just how I'm not trying to just regurgitate. I'm sure he picked it up from somebody else. He wasn't the first person to realize that there's liquidity in the market and it likes to move from liquidity pool to liquidity pool. Unfollow. No, John, don't go. Corey says I'm about to sell GU. Uh-oh. I'm on the wrong side of Corey's trade. Good luck, Corey. I guess you're expecting a stronger dollar here, which is fine, totally fine. You can do that. I would expect a little bit of dollar weakness here. I don't think the low of the day is in, but one of us is right and one of us is wrong. We'll find out soon enough which is which. Crazy that it left yesterday's high right there. He's definitely fading Venator, and it's probably, quite honestly, a more profitable venture than just following me. 100% more profitable. I hope you took that sell, Corey. It's like someone saying, I love West Side Story, but Shakespeare's fake. Oh. So West Side Story is ICT and Shakespeare is your auction theory. Is that what it is? Love Lion King, but Shakespeare's Hamlet is crap. I can't do a Scottish accent, so I can't even try to read that in the right tone of voice for you. Roll the R. Oh, the word crap. Crap. Please try to do a Scottish accent. I, I'm trying to think of an accent that I can do. Maybe a British accent, maybe an Australian accent. I don't even think I've ever attempted to do a Scottish accent before. Mike Myers. I'm fascinated by accents, though. I think the way where you live determines how you form and shape words is fascinating to me. We all have the same language, but we all sound completely different when we talk it, speak it, talk it. It's early. The Irish accent, I've never actually like tried to do an Irish accent. I just think it's cool, and I should figure out how to speak it. But because I think it's cool. I would love if I could do a good Irish accent. That's all I would talk in. I would just I would just adopt the Irish accent as my new accent, and that's the only thing that I would talk in or speak in. People probably say that about a Southern accent or a Texan accent or my accent. My accent sounds just boring and like just dumb. A quick scalp 1R. You got in and got out. You on the 1 minute time frame there, buddy? You Corey trading that 30 second. Oils. I need to look at ES. Let's look at ES here. What is ES doing? So I did take a scalp yesterday. I have all my executions on the screen so you can see them when I take them. This was just me testing the trading view execution yesterday. Taking out some buy side liquidity here on the daily time frame. Have really failed to get a good clean displacement higher there. Taken out yesterday's low briefly. Let's see. Still trading inside last week's candle here. If you just mark out previous week high, previous week low. definitely feels like it wants to reach lower before it. Here's the previous week high up here. It's reached into some sell side liquidity there, but doesn't feel like it may want to dig lower into these levels. It's been very bullish, moving up, making higher highs, higher low. This fair value gap here could be an interesting draw on liquidity, but you do have this volume imbalance up here. On ES, you got this whole volume imbalance up here. It reached right up into it last week, which was the high of the week, but didn't get all the way up into it. So potentially could be looking to pull up into there. So any draws, so we've taken out yesterday's low. If we get any other pushes lower, you might be able to use this as your higher time frame draw on liquidity there on ES. Get a rate of liquidity here. Raid sell side liquidity, and then get your change of delivery, and then target that volume imbalance, daily volume imbalance, potentially. Cisco, you forgot what I taught you. Turkey tree and a turd. I did forget it, but it's funny now that you bring it back up. Historious, 30 seconds so slow, need 1 second time frame. Dude, I think I saw a guy trade like the 5 second or 15 second time frame one time, and I'm just like, doesn't make any sense to me. It's just all about it. To me, it feels like that's just all about action and needing to be in a trade without any necessary logical. It feels so much more like gambling, I guess is the best way to say that. Nick says, LOL, Vin, I'm starting to think you don't actually make trades. Every time I check in, you're right where you were. Corey, I trade the 5 minute. Dunamis sounds like turkey tree and a turd. Turkey tree and a turd. Turkey tree and a turd. Actually, in a euro dollar trade, man. We're looking to run yesterday's high, previous day high, and previous week high off of this fair value gap entry there. Pound, I'm just waiting for some kind of displacement higher here on the lower time frames, and then potentially run GU higher as well. I'm still looking at Bitcoin, trying to figure out where and when I want to try to get it. I think for Bitcoin, I would like to see a run above yesterday's high here. I guess yesterday's high is way over here. This high. I think I might want to see one more stab up there and then try to short Bitcoin from there. Let's go back to crude oil here. Nick, you're only just starting to think that. Why do you think we call him Brad Do Nothing? You guys tune in every single day for this. If you want me to scalp, I can certainly scalp. But it wasn't really the point of why I started the stream in the first place. Nice, Nick. Well done, man. 3% gain is a fantastic pull out of the market. Coming into the close of our first hour here. Not a whole lot of anything going on. We did get one small little pop on euro, but we couldn't get any follow through. We'll see how the next hourly candle opens. We still have one more hour on this 4-hour candle here. You can see previous day high, previous week high right above us, and we just keep stalling out. So we'll see what happens. Very, very tight range. I would like to see an aggressive dig down into this. If we're going to see him move up to the top of the channel, I want to see an aggressive dig down into this area on oil. Use the F contract. I don't know what you mean, John. You're going to have to help a brother out because I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe Cammy explained it in his video, but I don't know what you're talking about. Corey, did you get that scalp off of that GU sell there? GU showing a lot of weakness there. I looked away for a couple seconds and it had already took off. Oh, that's unfortunate. Dollar is definitely looking like it wants to run that buy side liquidity there. Micro man. I don't even know how to get the different. I don't know what the different contract stuff looks like or means. John calling himself out. Micro man John. Would your wife agree with that assessment? On the futures, you have to have the front month. Oil rolls over every month based on volume. The highest volume is in the January contract, also known as the F contract. Long story short, CLF. Oh, what am I on? I'm on CL1. What's the difference between CL1 and... I don't even... Like that. CLF means nothing. It doesn't even come up when I type in CLF on TradingView. Is it like CL? The only thing, when I type in CL, crude oil futures on the NY Mercantile Exchange, it's the only option I get on CL. Oh, let me do futures. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Nope. It's still just crude oil futures is the only option I have. I don't know what to do about that. Oh, here. Oh, okay. Ah, see? Look at John. Crude oil futures January. That's what you're talking about. So that's where I should be. This is where I should be looking. CLF 2024. I didn't realize that there was a drop down box there. Euro dollar got tagged for the loss there. Could not get our continuation off of that displacement. All right, coming into the top of the hour here. And still looking for oil to drop down into this hourly fair value gap. We've displaced above these highs. I just want to see it pull back into this hourly fair value gap and then look for some lower time frame change of structure there. How are your account challenges doing? Well, we just took that loss on euro dollar. And we're down pretty good on that. I think we're down to like 9% on the current 10K challenge. Yep. Let me make sure I'm on that right account. I've got like 6 accounts. Yeah, we're down 9% on the current 10K account there. I keep forgetting to update all of the numbers on there. I think I just need to redo this whole banner down here. Opening of the 8 o'clock hour. The New York 8 o'clock hour just opened up. Again, with a like. This is just the oil position here. So when is a good time to move over on, if it rolls over every month, John, like when do you go to the next month? Is that like this the third week of the month, the last week of the month, you go to the next month contract. I'm getting a whole lesson from John on futures trading here. In excruciating detail. They don't have a CME for Dummies website that just dumbs it down for you real quick. You got to be able to speak financial foreign language. So I wonder if I just like for ES, what's the difference between if I just do ES and then I choose a specific contract? Like what's the way my Tradeovate is connected to TradingView. So that's what I'm using. I'm using Tradeovate connected through TradingView to execute on this Apex Futures Challenge. So if I just do ES and I don't put a specific contract, does it automatically put it into the most current contract? Or is this actually a whole, like ES1, ES2? How do those differ from the December, the March, the June, the September? Like, what's the difference between ES1, ES2, and then all of these? I don't know. I'm still learning. There's the big drop, big raid down into our fair value gap here on oil. Reaching down into there. Reaching down into this 5-minute fair value gap. Reaching into the 15-minute fair value gap. I wonder if it can fill that in. So basically what I would want to see now that we've reached down into that 1 hour fair value gap. I mean, technically you could just, is this the previous day? Yeah. I'm going to want to see some displacement away now in the opposite direction. Grab sell side liquidity. I want to see displacement higher. And then we'll look to so the way that I read this is that my take profit is going to be 1%. That's just where I have it. I may move it. I don't even know what the correct thing is. I'm just setting it there just to get the line on there, and then I can drag the line, and then set my stop at a 0.3% loss. So that's 30 ticks. And again, it just drops the lines on there so that once the order is placed, I can then drag those lines where I want them. But I'm going to need to see, now that we've seen this run and this raid of liquidity, I want to see some displacement higher off of this. ES1 is continuous contract. You will want ESZ. Okay. Man, my eyes are so dry. Itchy. So I guess the calculation would be if I did more than one unit, it cuts your ticks in half if you're only wanting to risk a third. Oh. So I'm not getting displacement above this yet. I just would like to see get a body candle close above that level. And then a return. Okay, we got the body candle close. So any return back down into these fair value gaps, I would be buying this. So I'm kind of looking for something like this. All right, got in right there. I'm gonna quick dip down into that fair value gap. Stop above the current hourly low. Again, we're going to target previous day high. Maybe move to break even at the current day high here, if we can pop up above that. Currently, my TP, the 1% profit would be up there. Let's see where that lines up with anything. I mean, I think I might just put that down somewhere right about there. So again, just very simple trade idea here. Just waiting for a run of liquidity. We were anticipating price had this big push up in London and big displacement, leaving behind some inefficient price action with this fair value gap here. Anticipating, as it really was just anticipating a run into that fair value gap for internal liquidity, which you can see we had set up and engineered some internal sell side liquidity here. So we were anticipating a raid on that liquidity. And then once we saw that, I was just waiting for a lower time frame displacement away from that run on liquidity. Once we saw that internal displacement, so here's the quick stab down, you see immediate displacement higher. You could use that as a breaker block. I was just using this fair value gap right here as a target. Once I saw price close above, a body candle close above this area, find my fair value gap, wait for price to dip down into it, take your entry, and simply targeting buy side liquidity now. So our first levels are right up in here. The current daily high, if we can get up into there, is where I'd probably move this to break even. And then the higher time frame target is the previous day high, which is also kind of in line with a descending channel on a trend line retest there too. So not overly complicated, pretty simple. Just kind of trying to be patient there and wait for that to play out to get the entry that you want, to see your setup form. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I have no control. When the coin flips, I have no control how it's going to land, but I know statistically it's going to land a certain percentage of times on heads and a certain percentage of times on tails. And it's kind of the same thing with this. A certain percentage of time you're going to get what you get, and it's going to work out the way you thought it would, and the other times it's not, and you're going to take the loss. Like here, pretty similar concept. The only thing that I didn't wait for here was a good clean raid of liquidity, which would have been these higher time frame lows down here. I did see the displacement, and I thought, okay, well, we're ready. We're so close. I think that's probably, we're going to run that high, and then it just fell off again. So one thing I didn't wait for on this euro dollar sell, I should have, that I did wait for on the oil sell. This oil sell could just tank and make another deeper dive into that 1 hour time frame fair value gap. So we'll see. Cisco, I've got a simple trading idea. Can't wait to hear it. That was simple. How is that not simple? Wait for a rate of liquidity, wait for a change of structure, identify a fair value gap, and get long. Holy mother. Look at that. John, what the hell just happened, my friend? That was awesome. Hey, Brad, welcome to futures trading. That was freaking hilarious. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm trading the Gilded Gal. That was hilarious. Buy low, sell high. Wow. Cisco dropping the gems in the chat today for everyone. Dropping the gems. What, John, what am I missing here? Like, where is there some news I should have been aware of that I don't know about futures that I should have been more aware of there? Or is that just a liquidity, like what am I missing there, John? Is this a time of day issue that I was unaware of? I'm just trying. I'm still learning. Not that I'm aware. Okay, so we just had this crazy massive spike here on oil, moving super clean, and then not super clean anymore. That was crazy. A butterfly farted in Qatar. Well, we're down 0.2% on the account after that move because we were up a little bit. Actually, gave us a better fill than our stop. I'm surprised it didn't slip us at all. That's kind of crazy. But we were down. I was risking 0.3%, and we only. I mean, I guess we were up. We were up like 0.7%, not even, or 0.07%. So now we're down 0.2%. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know an inventory or OPEC chatting bollocks again. Yeah, I have no idea, man. I don't know. I was just trading price action, and if there's news that I don't know about for oil, then I obviously missed it. John, it was counter trend. That's why I got this massive candle, because it's counter trend. You're not wrong. I'm just wondering why we have such clean price action, and then at this specific time at 7:15 in the morning we get, or 8:15 in the morning, sorry, we got a massive just raid here. That's all I was wondering is why that time. 8:15. Where were these? What was going on at 8:15 yesterday? I mean, nothing massive. I mean, nothing like we're getting right there comparatively. It's just interesting to me that we got such a complete wick fill here of this fair value gap. Heard OPEC were meeting and talking about cutting production, but not sure when. Might be a liquidity grab before it goes up. Kirby opens a position against you. Yeah. Damn dog. It's funny. Oh. Well. Well. Very interesting. Now with that move, would I change anything? Well, I don't know. The plan that I wanted to see played out, I liked the trade. Obviously, I took it and was expecting a run on buy side liquidity, and we just got a deep, aggressive sell off. And I'm just trying to figure out is there news or something that I was just completely unaware of? I don't know. This is all new to me on the futures side, so I don't know. Maybe there was, and I would have avoided it had I known about it. But it is definitely aggressively running lower. My understanding was that OPEC, I didn't know OPEC was meeting. There's what's this news down here? Yeah, I don't know. I know OPEC is meeting and they're talking about some production cuts because there is a surplus, and that would probably lend itself to seeing oil rise. But this is a fairly aggressive. Maybe John, is there a place I go to find out when news events like that are dropping on futures that's not on Forex Factory? Or is maybe it's on Forex Factory? Maybe they have a no. Maybe I just missed it. I don't know. Trying to. This is more just me trying to understand timing, I guess, more than anything. Like, was there a timing issue here? And if there, it may not be. It may just be as simple as you were wrong. Ben, we're using Apex. I picked up a 90% off coupon for Apex and doing futures. I'm just trying it. I've never done a futures challenge before, and I saw the Black Friday sale that they were running, and I think it's still good through today. If you want to go pick one up, you can get 90% off. This 100K account was $24, I think $21 or $24. I can't remember. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna give it a try. It's $20 here, and it really is truly 100% just an experiment. I just wanted to try it out. We are coming into the market open here for the indices, the 8:30 open. We've just taken out some sell side liquidity there. Again, if we're marking out, we've taken out previous day low already. Oh. All right, one more minute here. We'll get the pre-New York market open at the 8:30 hour, 8:30 half hour. All right, the market's gonna open up here. We had this run of sell side liquidity. I've had a change of character here. Higher time frame draw liquidity. Got a buy limit set here. You can dip that back down into this fair value gap right here. Well, look at euro dollar being cheeky. Just sitting and waiting now. Oof. When you're right and you're still wrong. The life of day trading. Timing, entry, setups. What did still like to know if I just was unaware of something at that position right there. I'm not like upset about that loss as much as I am just trying to, like, I'm puzzled only I'm puzzled in the aggressive move. Like, did something that I should have known about but didn't play into that at all. That's what I'm wondering. Oh man. All right. I think I probably will only be able to stay on probably another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to have to wrap it up for today. I have some Christmas decoration stuff that I have to take care of at a campus. And I'm meeting some people over there this morning to start working on that. So I'll stay on for about 10 more minutes, and I'm going to have to go get ready and get my day going with all that stuff. So interesting start to the Apex funded futures account with oil the oil aggressive price spike there. That truly felt like a gold whip, a gilded cow moment is what that really felt like. What a spike. It did come right down all the way into take out that low, rebalance this entire fair value gap, and still got 20 minutes. Be interesting to see where this candle body closes on this hourly candle, if it closes back inside that fair value gap. Very interesting. Learning a lot today. Learning a lot. Which contract to be trading, which contract month to be trading. And whoa, what was that? Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait on that. I got an alert on my computer. I was like, I have no idea what that is. We have yet to dip down into this little fair value gap right there. We'll let this 15-minute candle close and then probably be getting off. Oh. Man, my stomach is growling. I can see if we can get an entry here to start this 15-minute candle, and then we will get on out. Euro dollar ripping through the previous week high there. As anticipated, just early on our entry there. It's unfortunate. Bias correct, direction correct, draw liquidity correct, entry. Shit. All right, there's the new 15-minute candle, and I think that's going to be it for me today, guys. I got some real life work to go take care of, so I'm going to leave this limit order set up in place here on the ES Apex Futures account. The euro dollar sell, the euro dollar buy, we got tapped out, and then it reversed on us aggressively, heading towards our predetermined take profit. That's the way it goes. Missed that one today. We'll be back at it tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 a.m. New York time. So you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday, wherever you might be at. Y'all stay safe. Happy hunting. And we will catch you tomorrow morning. Adios, y'all.